There is amongst Democrats a belief that across the country we need to have a $25 per hour minimum wage, maybe 35 or 50. You know the argument. It keeps going up, keeps going up. And there's this magic belief with Democrats that you can have a maximum minimum wage or minimum wage, minimum, but you don't have to have minimum contributions. So think of this. What is your minimum work output to be worth a $25 per hour minimum wage? They don't want to talk about that. It exists because if you're not providing that minimum output, computers eventually will, and you end up with kiosks taking the place of human beings at Walmart and McDonald's, et cetera. Okay? Another way to look at this is, what is the minimum wage for a business owner? What is it? $5 an hour? I mean, they're business owners. It must be 50 or $100 an hour. Answer, zero. Sometimes less than zero. Sometimes in a down cycle in your business, you might dig into your personal savings to pay your employees. At that point, your minimum wage is below zero. It's a negative minimum wage, even though as the business owner, you would presumably be applying as much effort as possible since it's your only source of income are your businesses. So at the same time as Democrats are making this case, a woman decided to bring her 12-year-old son on to talk about illegal immigration and why we need illegals. So listen to her here in a second. Allow her 12-year-old son to make the case against illegal immigration in a way he doesn't even intend to do. I'm going to make a case for something for you and your body, and it's going to be super, super easy and super, super quick. You need the following things to thrive. Of course, food, water, we've got that. Sleep. Number one cornerstone of good health after food is sleep. That's when your muscles grow. It's when your brain rewrites itself and stores things in helpful places. It's when you rest and the only time you regenerate. Sleep. Magnesium breakthrough helps with that. Helps you stay asleep, fall asleep, and helps reduce stress. That's item one. Item two, masszymes. Incredibly potent digestive enzymes that have been shown in a study at Berkshire International University in Bosnia to create 1,200% more amino acids in our bodies. They are the building block of proteins. Proteins build muscle. Muscle, frankly, is health. Product number three, P3OM. It's a super powerful prebiotic that allows your body to better break down foods so you get more nutrition out of every dollar you spend on food. Here's the November hat trick for Black Friday. I'm going to give you all three of those products at a 25% discount. And when you go to bioptimizers.com/Todd and use promo code Todd, and you choose your health this Black Friday, bioptimizers.com/Todd, promo code Todd, not just 25% discount on that triad of products, you also qualify for $100 in free gifts from Bioptimizers. And all you have to do is act now. Go to bioptimizers.com/Todd and use promo code Todd. Here's a woman deciding to use her 12-year-old as a mental prop, and she argues herself right into a condemnation of her view on illegal immigration.
Yeah, I just called my son. He's 12. Come here. Can you take a video with me?
Okay.
Okay. I want to ask you something.
Okay.
Okay. How old are you?
12.
12?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, I'm going to ask you a few questions. Okay? So, you know the whole mass deportation thing, right?
Yeah.
That they're talking about? Okay. So, if they deport all of these immigrants, what do you think is going to happen to all the work that they do?
Well, food prices are going to go up since companies are going to have to pay Americans more to do the jobs that the immigrants did, because immigrants would settle for less money because they're just getting started on, because they just got to the United States of America.
Okay. So you think if they deport all of these people, food prices are going to go up?
Yeah.
Because they're going to have to pay who more?
They're going to have to pay the Americans more to do the jobs that the immigrants used to do.
Okay. And how will that increase the prices?
Because when they're paying an immigrant to do the job, it's easier to pay them less because they just got to the U.S. They're just trying to settle for something that'll get them through at the moment.
Okay, but how would that impact the price at the supermarket? How do you think?
I think he's explained that, Mom. Just a thought. That kid just talked about starter jobs. People trying to work their way into the workforce. People trying to prove themselves and work their way into the workforce, willing to take less than the minimum wage, like kids and young people who need a hand into the economy to take a shot at becoming valued workers. He just made the case that the presence of mass numbers of illegal immigrants drive wages down, but we need the minimum wage higher. Illegal immigrants uniquely drive the wage down because you don't have to pay them over the table. You can pay them under the table. In fact, they'd prefer that. This blind spot is a magic word blind spot. Magic words work like this. They shut down conversation. The reason that that woman is using the word immigrant or migrant is because it's magic, because it's attached to a racial connotation. We're going to deport people who aren't from this country. In other words, they're foreigners. In other words, they're another race, perhaps. When you add the word illegal to it, you can make it both more accurate and, in another way, magic, because people tend to not like criminal behavior, like being an illegal immigrant. And it is more accurate. It's funny to see her bring her son over, and she thinks she's proving this point. We have to have all the migrants. And in fact, what she's proving is that her son, Socratically speaking, under Socratic inquiry, just testified for our need to have entrance jobs for people like him, for Americans trying to work their way into the workforce. After all, we were designed to work. Even in the Garden of Eden, we were told to tend the garden. And even in the new heaven and the new earth, we're going to have tasks. It's just that we'll have eternity to carry them out. So if we decide to take a year off and swim the ocean, and the Lord says that's okay, we can take a year off and swim the ocean and then come back and work. There's a reason we were designed to toil. Want to know why? Because that's how God gets to know us, working shoulder to shoulder with him. And on that topic, what was the minimum wage of Jesus again? Right. What people were willing to give him.